Oh, got him. Just one. There's one. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ben Stone Fishing. It has been 2 years since I've uploaded to this channel, which is absolutely crazy to think about. But for those of you that don't know, the last couple of years I was uploading content to Kanalgratisdotcom full-time. I made a pretty great catalog of videos that I am extremely proud of, and I am, in general, just extremely grateful to Kanalgratis for all the opportunities that they gave me. I met a lot of cool people along the way as well, but ultimately I just decided it wasn't in my best interest to continue on that path. And I am back here to continue my fishing content creation. And with that being said, I just got in my first muskie fishing trip of the year, my annual spring trip to Iowa to chase post-spawn muskies with my two good friends, Matt Vavrock from Matt Vavrock Fishing and Brian Scaife from Angling Anarchy. These two guys make awesome muskie content, so subscribe to them if you want to see some of that. But like I said, we do this trip every year now, and this is a blast for me because as a Minnesotan, I normally don't get to start my muskie season until June. So to have the invite to go down there and get a head start on my muskie fishing season is awesome. Now, Brian and I were supposed to show up on Saturday, but we actually were able to get down there a little bit early. So we both flew down there Friday evening, and we actually had about 2.5 to 3 hours to spare for time on the water with Matt. It was misting and raining quite a bit, which made filming quite difficult, which is kind of why I'm doing this sort of a format for this video in particular. Basically, I make the 5-hour trip down there, I fly down there, I meet them at the launch, I hop in the boat. They had already been fishing for about a half hour and moved to fish, so I jump in with them, and within 10 minutes, we've got our first fish sighting.
Oh, there's one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, you turd. That's the freaking, that's gotta be that same fish I moved the last time.
How big?
I don't know, 35.
Okay.
I saw him.
Right off the edge of the, right where he's supposed to be.
There he is.
You got him up?
Yeah.
We'll catch him, Ben.
I'm trying, he's right under it.
Taylor did that to me twice last week where he stole one from me with the glider.
He's so bad there.
Yeah. He's getting a little bit more.
There we go. Yeah, he's back there. I can see him. Oh yeah.
He's eating. Make a turn on him.
That was a turn. Pretty interesting to watch that fish come in so lethargic and lazy on a mini Medusa, but then to see that glide bait and actually get a little bit more energetic was really cool. That gave me a ton of confidence to continue throwing the glide bait, which I believe is one of the most essential spring muskie lures. So we've already got a fish seen. We reset on that just because our time is limited and we want to take advantage of the limited time we have. And before we can even come up to where that fish was laying, we hook up on another one. And then it just, yeah, I don't know what would have caused it, but I haven't had a problem since. It just didn't. There's one. Oh, dude, that was sick. As soon as they hit the water, dude, he came out for it. He's not gonna be ready yet. Just give him a second. He does not, he's wrapped. He's unwrapped now. Hey, hey.
Get another shot, man.
That felt amazing. Dude, that was sick, dude. It hit the water, I twitched it once, and he, like, a foot under the water, just, oh man, that felt amazing. Well, this is pretty awesome. I just caught my first muskie of the year. This fish is especially cool because this is like the first video I'm making back to my own channel, which feels really good. I'm sure at some point I'll explain kind of my reasons for why I'm back here. But the last time I was here, I caught a fish on a glide bait with Brian and Matt. I'm back again, and I caught a fish on the same glide bait in a very similar way too. That was a very cool eat. But I'm just really excited to have this fish in the net, so we're gonna take a look at it. Now, that's not a long fish by any means, but for early in the season, getting a head start, and I mean, that's a chunky fish. I'll take that any day. Any day you catch a muskie is a special day. So this is just awesome. We'll get this fish back in the water. Beautiful fish. These fish just finished up spawning. We got to get back to casting now because there might be more going. So we're gonna get this guy Back in the water. What a pretty fish. Water's still nice and cold. And there she goes. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Shout out to Brian for the camera too. I don't have access to my camera this trip, so I get to borrow Brian's and Matt's, and this is just great. It's so good to be back out filming videos. Like, oh, so awesome. Now that made my trip right there, because I always run into these kind of trips expecting to not really catch anything. I'm more of just enjoying the experience, enjoying the company, and just trying to get cool footage. So to catch a fish, it's always a bonus for me. That fish had me just very excited and happy, and it just felt really good to be producing some content again.
She's gonna come up and plow this thing. Then I'm gonna do this quick. Don't mind me. I'm sorry. I have to. This one runs really good though, Brian, I will say. It runs... Oh, jeez, there she is.
Still there. Yeah, I just heard back. Still there. Dude, she wanted that thing.
I know, she just came out of nowhere.
Now I gotta give a little shout out to Matt here, because he actually called the shot on that fish. He switched to his Ridgeway and he said she's gonna come up and crush this thing. He whips it back to where we knew that fish was sitting, and sure enough, that fish takes a swipe at it and ate. It's a real bummer that we couldn't get that fish to stick, but again, with such limited time on a total limb to get down there, to see these fish, to catch a fish, is just awesome. You can't really complain about that when the fish are going like they were in that very short amount of time. Now, like I said, this is a trip that I do yearly now, and last spring was amazing. We caught a bunch of fish. My time was pretty limited. Oh, got it. Got him, man. Dude, those were some sick head shapes. That's how I end my day. Thank you! I don't know if I could have taken another miss.
God smiled then.
Oh my goodness, thank you. It's May and I have a muskie in the net, which is pretty cool. I think this is the earliest I've ever caught a muskie actually trying to target them, so that's really awesome. See that fish has got some scars on her, and that's just from spawning. These fish bite each other and basically go at each other until they get beat up. Not from mishandling the fish, this is just the natural way that things happen here in the spring, but that's a gorgeous fish. That's a great way for this evening bite to go. I'm gonna get this guy back in the water. Let this be a lesson to just get out of your comfort zone and try something new. I'm not usually the one to go and fish with other people. I'm not usually the one to travel out of a state that I don't fish normally. And by doing both of those things, not only did I experience a lot of cool things, but I've made some very good friends, and I've experienced a lot of cool things. And most importantly, I have learned a lot about these fish, which is always important. I think as muskie anglers, we're always striving to just learn new things, become better anglers. And that's exactly what a trip like this does. So with all of that out of the way, I appreciate each and every one of you for your support over the last couple of years. If you aren't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you did. And we've got more Iowa content coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that. With all that out of the way, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next week.